That video, and you have to understand communication. That video went viral about 6 months ago, and I spoke 4 years ago. I woke up I was on holiday this summer, and my WhatsApp was just the same video going over. I have no idea how people suddenly found it. It is you? Now, many things that I said in that video are not true today. Many things I said, and that's the interesting thing about life. And I'll mention some of those things. So when Sheke asked me to come and speak again at Centonomy, and Sheke is not my sister, but Sheke has a brother called Peter Nduati. Yeah, but I have to keep explaining. When I meet Shiro Nduati, Sheke's family, until now, I tell them, okay, those are my sisters. I can claim them because they're very successful. So when she asked me to come and speak beyond passion, I thought I had prepared myself to take it off from the last conversation. And I had done a PowerPoint presentation. Until early this morning, I said, no. The best thing to tell these guys, because I have 20 minutes, is go to YouTube and watch the video. Then my work is done. And that's what I'm going to do. So thank you very much. But then I realized that there are so many lessons through my journey that are still, through the anecdotes that I can still share and that are still relevant. So let me just clear up a few things that I said the last time and that no longer apply. If you remember, I spoke about an opportunity I'd seen in manufacturing. That was the next business I was going into. And I was in the process of raising 125 million shillings to invest in a factory in Rongai to manufacture cosmetics. Failed terribly. Failed. That business is gone, has left Patricia Idaho and I in debt. But you suck it up. Dust yourself up and get out. The second thing that I said proudly is I don't do business with government. Because I didn't know how. I did not understand the process. But remember, I spoke in 2014. Something dramatic in Kenya happened in 2013. Devolution. The biggest opportunity in this country in the last 10 years was devolution. In 2014, my business turnover was about maybe 4 billion. And now we are doing about 6 billion. 2 billion of that money comes from the counties. I had to go and learn how to do business in the counties. And you have to learn quick, because I was not the only insurer who was chasing that business. You have to learn quick. And to learn quick for me was to learn how to circumvent corruption. It's the reality of our lives. It exists. You have to learn how to circumvent corruption. It's against my values to pay a bribe. Completely. But I still have to chase that business. And in our industry, every year or every regime change, a new list of brokers come. Okay? So what I decided is I'm going to identify regime brokers and work with them. I have no idea how they do it. I sit with them and I give them a solution. They bring me the business. And I know out of the 17, the 47 counties, I have 17 of them. I understand that new governors have come in, I may lose that business. So I am networking with the new governors. You have to learn how to work with the new people. I was leaving business off the table by thumping my chest and saying I can't do business with government. Now I know how to do business with government. And I'm not saying these governments are corrupt. Many of these governors realized that they are politicians. They brought in executive officers from industry who understand value proposition. So I walk away when someone in an executive office tells me, look, what's my cut? I say, I don't understand how to do that. This is my value proposition. And we work through what solutions do you require. But I also decided, don't bite more than you can chew. So I started by ensuring the MCAs, the county government, the county assembly. But now I'm able to do the governments. But that's not what I came to talk about. I want to talk about that issue that I failed terribly on the business that I thought had a position. And let me tell you, my friend Chinudia had just sold his business to L'Oreal. And I thought, I'm going to go for the same target market. I'll manufacture for the lower end. That business is owned by distributors. The distributors will keep your money 90 to 120 days, cash intensive. I didn't have a lot of money. That's one of the lessons that I realized. Those guys know how to hold on to your money. So I tried to pivot, and you have to be able to pivot in your business. I tried to pivot off and say, okay, I will work with distributors. I'll set depots, and people will come and buy directly. But it doesn't work because we are all looking for convenience. So if someone can bring the products to your door, that's who you want to work with. So when I decided to walk away from that particular business, it's because it was draining my life. It was taking my attention away from the other business that I do. And I said, I dust myself out. So, since that particular time, a lot of things have happened in my life. And I'm going through transition. You called me old. Older man. Yeah. So I'm going through the toughest thing. If you have children, something called emptiness syndrome. It is reality. You can get depressed. I came here with my 14-year-old. I'm trying to hold on to her because the other ones are gone. And when I travel to visit my children in school, they don't want to be around me. I have a 23-year-old. She really doesn't want to be around me. And you know, we go through that phase in our lives where your dad is your hero. He knows everything. He can beat everybody. He's the strongest, he's the tallest, he's the smartest. And then the reality comes, they wake up, around 17, 16, they realize, he's not as smart as I thought he was. Okay? And you're not cool. Right? And let me face it, in your life, your parents have embarrassed you. So I went through that phase the last couple of years, embarrassing my kids. Recently, I hosted people in my house, and I decided to teach them bazokizo. And I can do that dance. It was recorded and put on Snapchat. I'm not on Snapchat. So my daughter, who is in Malaysia, doing her studying there, called me and told me, what the hell were you doing that? I saw you dancing bazokizo on Snapchat. Do you know you're old? She must be your friend. You're old. Your parents will embarrass you. So the emptiness syndrome I'm going through right now is the fact that your kids grow up and then they leave you. So I'm selling my house right now. I want to downgrade. I'm paying school fees and trying to think what next for me. I'm turning 50 next year. I turn 49 next week. I turn 50 next year. And so what's the next gig for me? And when I'm closing, I'll tell you what the next gig is for me. So the business has grown. And I told you I employ smarter people. So all the businesses now have CEOs. So I supervise the CEOs. So I don't understand, and please when you walk out here, what Resolution Insurance sells, the products are owned by other people. But please, the three things that I know about that business. The first thing that I know is the bank balance on a daily basis. Understand cash flow. And if there are those people who are afraid of money, please do this Centonomy class. We grew up, especially in Kenya and Nairobi, with a very adversarial relationship with money. Money becomes an enemy. Please embrace money, understand it. We follow that relationship with money with hatred for banks. People don't have relationship with banks. You better establish a relationship with your bank. Because I'll talk about a subject called leverage, which I'll spend a bit of time on it. You should never have an adversarial relationship with money. Own it, accept it. It's a standard of life. If you go to your wallet and to your purse right now, you have maybe 1,000 bob there. One day in the silence of your room, think about how many people have touched that money before it came to you. Because money circulates. Don't hold on to it. Money is as good as the opportunities it provides for you. Okay? Don't hold on to money. Let money work for you. Because money provides those opportunities. So, I'm going to plug in. When I spoke to you in 2014, Resolution Insurance Kenya was the 24th largest insurance company in East Africa. We are now number 9. But I still have Jubilee. They are 80 years old. There's a competitor. Do you think the CEO of Jubilee is sleeping when he hears I'm number 9? He's crafting his way how to beat me. And every day, I'm crafting a way how to beat him. Things change. We used to own a business called Resolution Health. It was such a powerful brand art to today. People call me Peter Nduati of Resolution Health. In fact, I'm sure many people of you who came here think I work for Resolution Health, right? Never forget to build a brand because people buy your brand. Peter Nduati is a brand that I have built over time that people are paying for. I got a business opportunity speaking at Centonomy. I didn't know how good I was speaking until people started calling me and paying me to go speak. So I set up a company called Nduati Consulting. I'm serious. And these days, every week, I take a speaking engagement and I charge 80,000 bob an hour. Because of you guys listening to me and telling me I'm good. Opportunities abound around you at any single moment, even around here. The opportunities. So let me tell you the 3 opportunities that have happened for me the last 4 years. The first opportunity that came to my life is realizing that people want to pay to buy insurance in installments. And insurance in Kenya you pay annually in advance. And then banks do something called insurance premium financing. But the approach of lending insurance premium financing is taking the same risk that if you're buying a house. There's an appraisal process, they have to check CRB. Please note, a person coming to buy insurance has already made up their mind, this is the product they want. They are not buying it to borrow money so that they can lose the insurance. So the risk is not the same. And then so clients will come and I take them to our banking partners, they apply for money. They take 28 days to approve a loan to buy insurance. So I set up a company called Resolution Credit. And we lend people money who are buying insurance, not only ours, but other companies. And that business right now has a loan book of 1.9 billion shillings. Because we saw an opportunity from strife, from where people are uncomfortable. We are not regulated, so interest cap doesn't apply to us. Thank you much. Now, I want to take that business to South Sudan, so I have to understand Sharia. I have to take that business to Sudan. Talking about the market we operate in. I have to take the business to Rwanda, I have to take that business to Uganda, I have to take that business to Tanzania in areas that we operate. The thing you need to understand about your customers is what culture influences them. Because for me, trying to grow my business into East Africa, the biggest thing I've ever seen is culture and how it influences. When you think of a Tanzanian, what's the first thing you think about? Positive, polite. Negative, slow. When you go recruiting in Tanzania, the way you recruit here and start pushing people around, they will not work for you. Okay? When I land in Dar es Salaam airport, the first thing I need to realize is to slow down my speech, my appearance. I have to slow down my aggression because they consider it a bully. You see? He's coming here to bully us. If you decide, and you must decide to scale your business, you must understand what affects your consumers. In Uganda, if it rains, people will not come to work. Isn't it true? And it's a valid excuse. Can you imagine in your office someone come and tell you it was raining, I couldn't come to work? You'll fire them. Okay, if you fire them, then you lose the business because everyone will not come. But there are very other positives. The most hospitable people I've worked with in East Africa is Uganda. I'm invited to homes by my employees. You have to come. My wife, we are cooking for you. And I go and eat there. I can tell you, my Kenya CEO lives maybe a kilometer away from me. I've never been to her house. Very different. And I don't have to invite me if she's there. I don't have to invite me. It's just understanding culture. So, over the last 4 years, I've identified things that I'm going to give you 10 lessons that I feel are important for you as a business person. And the first lesson for me is the ability to read people. Okay? There are people who wake up every day in Kenya, waking up to corners. Okay? And they will call you and they will have a story, right? You have to be able to identify people. And the only way you can do that is learn how to read people. You will be sold to all the time. In fact, a lot of times if you check calls that are coming to you, when is the last time someone called you to help you? People are calling you because of their own self-interest. Identify which calls to take. 85% of the calls that I don't take is because I know they're not going to benefit you. So you need to learn how to say no. And you can only know how to say no by reading, understanding, reading people. And there's time and place for everybody in life, but you cannot save the world alone. Decide which area of the world that you want to save. So learn how to read people. And I'm not talking about the negative only, but also the positive. Learning how to read people, and we are all salespeople, is to identify a buying signal. If you can read people well, you understand a buying signal and know when to go for closing. Suspect, prospect, qualified lead, present, close, get a referral. That happens in every process, including when we're trying to date, isn't it? Suspect, prospect, and then you start courtship. If you don't get her to refer you to someone else. Reading people, the story of reading people, is being able to anticipate what people will require, not today. What do they require in 3 years' time? Okay? One of my competitors, a company called Britain, started a product called Linda Jamie with Safaricom. And it failed completely. Completely failed. Why? Because they were selling on the mobile platform the way you sell on the streets. I decided to go back the same path. Identify what the risks they were facing. And I decided, because Tanzania had not seen Linda Jamie, why don't I go and take that kind of product there and distribute it better? We are now the leading mobile insurance provider in Tanzania with a partner called Tigo. And the product, we do about 50 million shillings a month. But the product is being bought on the mobile platform of micro insurance. Because someone else has failed in something, you can take it and tweak it. It's an ability to be able to read issues. Now, in reading is to know who, when, how. Anticipate what the customer will require 2 years, 3 years, 5 years from now, and prepare yourself for that. If you had never prepared your business for M-Pesa, it passed you, and then you woke up, Shekel 5 years ago didn't have a pay bill number. I can tell you for sure, because I've seen her business ago, she didn't have a pay bill number. You need to anticipate what the market will look like. I'm mentoring a young man who started a digital agency. So he runs social media for people. And I shocked him 2 days ago and I told him, you are in an industry that is crazy because nobody knows how digital will look like, even next year. Because apps are being developed all the time. I remember when I was here 4 years ago, I told you guys, if you are not in social media as a business person, your brand is being discussed in a space you are not. It's being hammered. These days when people are unhappy with a product, where do they go? Facebook. Okay? I'm not in Kilimani Moms, but I know what happens there. They talk about revolution all the time in Kilimani Moms. And I tell you something, when you see me on Facebook responding to an issue, it is me. I don't have someone else doing it. I need to be in that particular space, not because I enjoy social media. Actually, I don't enjoy social media, but that's where brands are being discussed. A long time ago, it used to be a TV ad with a number at the bottom, and then you call. Today, I do more sales on social media than I do through outdoor advertising. So you have to anticipate where your people are going. The future of Kenya is my daughter, 14, right? I cannot go and sell to those people the same way that I can sell to my mom. So if you're sitting there saying, I don't understand this digital, please get on the bus. Because you'll be left standing. The second lesson is the power of persuasion. When you started business, you had to have persuaded someone, to be your family, that want to go into business. People to work for you. All times, by the way, you're persuading people, I've started a company, please come. That person, the first thing they think about is, Atanilipa. So you're persuading that person that this business you're coming to work for, I'll be able to pay you. You have to persuade your customers. Selling is a process of persuasion. Right now, me talking to you is persuading you. Negotiation is part of persuasion. Sometimes you persuade yourself to wake up in the morning, right? Are there days you wake up in the morning and think, I have to go? And you tell yourself their bills will be paid. I like your story of Tom and Jerry. Okay? There's a lesson that I share to everybody about sharing wealth. You all know James Mwangi of Equity Bank. How much of Equity Bank do you think he owns? Less than 5%, right? Right? When Steve Jobs died, when he was dying, he owned 0.6% of Apple. 0.6%. How much does Bill Gates own of Microsoft? 4.36%. Don't hold on to your business. Share that wealth with other people. I take lessons from two communities. And that's why culture is important. The Ismaili community and the Jewish community. Okay, in Nairobi we are very small. I just found out that there are 75 families in Kenya of Jews. And Ismailis are many. What do those people do? When they are making money, people around them are making money. There's a song, okay, now my age comes. There's a song by the Whispers. Called It's a Love Thing. You all know that song? Yes. The first stanza of that song says, for someone to win, someone else doesn't have to lose, right? If you understand that when I do a deal with you and we shake hands, it should always be win-win. When I'm making money, we all should be making money. Then that's how the Jewish community has made it. That's how the Ismaili community has made it. When they make money, other people make. I'm not saying that all of them. Of course, there are some greedy ones. But majority of them. So what have I done? I have given 10% of my business to my employees. They're the guys who have to wake up in the middle of the night and they wake up at 3 a.m. to worry about the business. I don't have to worry too much right now because I'm heading out to exit. They're the ones who are going to run the business. Please allow the people you work with to participate in the wealth that you're trying to build. Don't just pay them a salary. Because that way they'll view your business as their future instead of somewhere they're going to work and they're using your faxes to send CVs to other people. The faxes still exist. Age. What do I do? The WhatsApp. Leverage. If there's a lesson I'm going to leave you guys with today, is the mastership of leverage. And I'm going to talk about two angles of leverage. Leverage on other people's strength. One thing that I identified early on when I was young is I didn't come from a wealthy family, so I didn't have a fallback position, and I wasn't that smart. And I decided I'm going to employ smart people. And my process of recruiting is identify, is this person smarter than me? Do they have better energy than me? So I can know how to delegate and what to delegate and to inspect what I expect. So my smartness is inspecting what I expect because they are smarter. They'll be able to do things better than me. So the issue of crowdsourcing is leverage. Before I develop a product, I'll go around asking people, what do you think? Who do you think? How do you think? Okay, it's crowdsourcing. It's leveraging on other people, trying to understand, am I doing the right thing? Okay, so you want also to see people's excitement when you give them an idea. It's leverage. The second, number 2 lesson about leverage is how to take people's money and build on it. Remember the story I told you about, you shouldn't have an adversarial relationship with your bank? Borrow, but borrow smart. If you borrow, and used to use Sheka's word, she likes this word, flossets. You borrow money to buy a new car. And I've seen even Bentley are here now, Jaguar are here. They are looking for you guys, entrepreneurs. In fact, they must be sending you guys emails. Going out to buy a new car on a loan from NIC Bank, right? It's a floss, it's not an asset, you know that. Leveraging is borrowing money to earn you more money than you're able to pay the bank. So if your interest is 14% from a bank, you need to be at least making double that for it to make sense. That's leverage. Someone asked me recently on Quora, why is it founders who are wealthy still raise money to start businesses, and I'm in the process of starting an insurance company in a neighboring country, and I needed $4 million. I'm not putting any of my money. I've gone out and looked for people to put in that money. It's leveraging on them. Why am I doing that? I have a brand. I have intellectual property. I understand the business. They don't. So why don't they put in the money and I put in the energy? And that's called leverage. Don't be afraid to go borrow money as long as you know that money is going to make you money and you'll be able to service the loan. Because that's another thing. I meet entrepreneurs who say, me, I'm afraid of loans. Embrace them. That's what leverage is all about. Have a good relationship with the bank. Have a good relationship with money. And be able to leverage. This one, it has very little to do with business. It's something called energy management. The first thing is know how to manage your energy. So I don't drink coffee. But there are people who will feel that for them to be able to work, they drink coffee. That's your way of energy management. I believe working out in the morning, for me, going to the gym in the morning, helps me build energy. I love sleeping. Okay? But it's to understand how to use sleep. So Sunday is the day that I completely sleep completely. But there are days that you have to start a day and knowing that today I'm going to work very, very, very late. Now, energy management is about your nutrition, your diet. It's something, there's a program Iba and I attended the last couple of years. And there's something called the corporate athlete. Just go and Google it. It teaches you how, as a business person, you need to face yourself, manage your energy levels, look at your diet. Because if you're not healthy, your business will not be able to work. So energy management is very important. What's your tempo? Are you a morning person? I don't believe that story that people, morning people and evening people. I think it's something you just do. See? I think we are every time people. Seriously. Because I know people who say they are not morning people, but if you tell them, I have a deal for you, they'll come at 7 a.m. We are anytime people. We are anytime people. But just understand, when are you at your best? I will never negotiate a legal contract in the evening. And if you know lawyers, they'll come to when you at 6 in the evening. So and then they start throwing the easy clauses early. As you get tired now, the big clauses come. So to manage my energy, I have legal meetings in the morning. The other lesson is processing issues. It's learning. You can never be taught this in business school or high school or college. Learning how to figure things out. You need to learn how to process issues. When do I explore ideas? Okay. When do I hustle? When people approach me with ideas, quickly I can process within seconds. Do I want to pursue this? No. Do I throw this person out right now? Do I want to be involved in this particular venture? Processing issues, because you cannot do everything. Learn how to say no. Last night I could have gone for a drink, but I didn't, because I needed to be here. Especially if you are in your 20s, learn how to say no. So a thing that I learned when my boys used to call me often is to switch off my phone at 4 in the evening. There's a Kenyan line called Uko. That line leads you to trouble. I've never heard of Uko that drives you to good prosperity. Has any of your friends ever told you Uko to lead you to good things? That Uko line, especially on Friday evening. You wake up in the morning with more money in your wallet than you could have if you responded to Uko. You guys are laughing because it's true, right? They're refusing to watch TV, especially news. I know the reason right now with politics going on. Is there anything that happens in news that lifts your spirits? They depress you. So don't watch it. And now that Game of Thrones is gone, I don't know what else I'm going to watch. It's important that you understand what you want to expose your eyes to or things to. There's a lot of inspiring music. A lot of things. YouTube videos of me speaking about business. Not watching people bashing each other. NASA house, I don't know what. Seriously, we spend too much time on unnecessary things. So this is why I criticize now social media. That every break you have, you go to Facebook. Every break you have, you go 3 times. I spend time there. Sometimes it's unnecessary. Too much time discussing politics. It won't earn you anything. Those 2 guys are looking for a job. Do yours. Don't discuss them. Why aren't you busy spending time focusing on the things that are important to you as a businessman, as a business person? One lesson that I learned, and I thank God I learned a long time ago, is spend time with your family. If today you go down, your business will get a CEO in a minute. If you go down, your family has nobody else. The story of work-life balance, I don't struggle with this because I know what's important and my family is important. And when I see me dragging Jade here, yes, okay, so we can bond. And for this, you're going for arguing with her. It is so important to spend time with your kids, especially when you get where I am now, emptiness. You realize that I wish I spent more time with them. What family helps you to do is manage your sanity. Because it is a crazy world out there as a business person. Struggling, things that are happening. For me, my biggest win the last 1 week is beating KRA. And you know, if you're in a well-structured business, KRA is also an adversarial relationship. I can tell you quickly. 3 years ago, a finance bill came and they said we need to apply excess duty on commission. Now, if you understand, insurance is all about commission. The distributors, you pay them commission. Brokers, you pay them commission. Insurance companies earn commission when you transfer this to an insurer, when you transfer to another insurance company. We lobbied, and we are good at lobbying. And within a year, they removed the excess duty on commissions. Parliament were very smart. They did not remove excess duty on commissions between 2 insurance companies. So we woke up with an assessment of about 200 million that we have to pay KRA. And trust me, when you're a big brand, that's where KRA goes first. All of us have tax problems. They haven't come to you yet, they will. But if you're a big brand, they will come. So negotiate. It's been a tough journey negotiating with them. Okay, and you have, again, the power of negotiation, but we just won. So we're going to pay. I won't pay that assessment amount. I won't say because how much we're going to pay, but it's been a win for me. That was the first one win the last week. The next win is that insurance company that I'm setting up. The first person I sent the letter of offer to, I was hoping they would negotiate. They came back and said, accepted. They're going to take 35% for some good money. You have to be able to celebrate good small wins. I've spoken about cash flow, but I need to talk about liquidity. Liquidity is king. Which is the most successful business in East Africa? Safaricom. Which is the stingiest company in East Africa? Who pays suppliers late in East Africa? Safaricom. Why do they do that? Cash is king. There are 2 companies that I admire in the world, Safaricom and Apple. They are big. Apple cash reserves are bigger than the Federal Reserve Bank of the US. Okay? People who I know a lot of you guys don't read financial statements. Safaricom, 3rd largest earner. In fact, let's talk about them. What did they earn most money from last year? M-Pesa. 2nd, data. Number 3, this is where people get lost. Number 3, yeah? No, not voice. Not SMS. Treasury. Investing your money. Investing your money was the 3rd largest earner for Safaricom. Meanwhile, they pay their suppliers 90 days or longer. Why? Because they can. Because you need them. Create your business, okay, where people prepay you. Okay? If you think about it, DSTV, you pay before or after? Before. Do you have a choice? If you want to watch it, then you prepay. They don't want to chase you. Don't set your business to collect later. That's 60 days. That's why my manufacturing business has failed. Safaricom, they don't mind the brand of being called stingy. Okay? You need them as a supplier. In fact, I'd like to supply Safaricom. And I'll be able to wait for those 90 days. Your business, cash flow is king. Let profits deal with themselves. But if you are liquid, liquidity gives you options. Okay? You need cash to make decisions. Otherwise, all you'll be doing in your business is dealing with creditors knocking your door. So you have to be cash rich in your business. And then my favorite term, resilience. There's a new phrase that I read on the internet: aggressively patient. In the last 3-4 years in Kenya, we have seen quail eggs, right? Organo coffee. And the latest one is, and I'm fighting it on the internet with many people, is Bitcoin. In our lifetime, they always get rich quick schemes. They keep coming at us every day. And patience, resilience, building continuously. You fail, you get up, build wealth over a long period of time. If you go into business thinking you're going to be super wealthy in a year's time, please stay employed, because it won't happen. Do you have loans? I have loans. Have I built wealth? I have built wealth. But my wealth is tied in shares. I'm not liquid. Okay? When you hear that I've built a business worth 3 billion, it's no longer 3 billion, by the way, it's 8 billion. But there's no cash. I don't have the money, so don't wait for me in the street to think I have cash. I have built a business to sell. So the cash will come. So build value first. If you go into business, build value. Don't go into business thinking that you are going into business to become wealthy. Wealth will come. I admire Chris Kirubi. He's in the 70s. And he's still doing new things. Okay? Patient. Patient. Wealth will come. Aggressively patient. Master learning. If you thought that you stop learning when you finish school, don't go to entrepreneurship. Because every day you have to keep learning. But I'm preaching to the choir, because all of you guys are paid $500 to come here because you want to learn. But it's not just the formal learning, it's understanding how your business will look like in a year's time. And you learn. Learn, drink from the fountain, get a mentor, speak to them. And people love talking about their lives. People like talking their stories. People like sharing ideas. And entrepreneurs, we are those people. Because as we tell you about our story, we are propagating our product to you. Never, ever, ever stop learning. How can I beat last year? How can I serve my people better? How can I take advantage of technology? How do I work with circles? How do I sell to women vis-a-vis men? How do I sell to churches? How do I sell to mosques? What is Islamic banking? Be curious, because therein in your learning are the opportunities for a business person at any single time. Grab a book, read. Watch my YouTube video on the internet. My final lesson, and I always do this whenever I speak, focus on providing solutions to human problems. Look around your community. Look around your community. What are people struggling with? How do I provide a solution to what they're struggling with? Because therein lies wealth. If you focus on providing a solution to human needs, you'll make money. Observe your community. What is the market looking for? What are they struggling with? How can I provide, how can I relieve their pain? It has been proven over and over again that money lies now in the bottom of the pyramid. The people who used to ignore before, are the people who are giving us money. A long time ago, when I set up my business, it was a high street business. Good brand, don't go to the streets, advertise. 60% of our revenue now is coming from the bottom of the pyramid. It's coming from people who, as to are considered uninsurable. We saw Equity Bank come and become the largest bank by focusing on people previously unbanked. You understand what those people are facing, provide a solution for them. What we call the Kadogo economy. Can I provide a solution for them? Focus on that and you create wealth. I thank you so much for listening to me.